Alright everyone. Guess what? It's a new video. I haven't done a video in so long. Anyways, in this video I will address the question: is IShowSpeed worthy of his success? Is he worthy of his fame? I want to start with something. I've been making freestyle videos about him, IShowSpeed freestyles all my life back in the past. But the thing that I probably don't know is that I haven't been direct about my intentions, the reason why I've been doing that. But it's mostly because I thought of it as a way to get views, right? I mean, using popular YouTubers to get views is a smart strategy, right? Though I'm, in a sense, one could think that I'm also pushing for that type of content. Though I'm not doing any type of content similar to him. I mean, I'm doing my own style, right? I'm not following nobody. But why about that? Guys, I said it helps bring views. It's not necessarily that I'm with or against what he's doing as a content creator. No, about his achievements. What do I think? Now, a lot of people would either support or dismiss his achievements, saying that he either deserves or he doesn't deserve. I personally would take a middle ground. There is no objective. There is no objective truth to that, whether he deserves or he doesn't deserve. There is no objective answer, objectively true answer, because it depends on what you value. If you value entertainment, then probably he does. If you value knowledge, for example, informational value, then you might think he doesn't. So it's mostly a conflict of value judgments. There is no right or wrong here, right? Unless we reduce like this, what can I say? If we reduce these value judgments to morals, for example, entertainment is too much entertainment is morally wrong, like getting your channel, for example, to the top only based on entertainment is bad. Informational content is objectively better. I mean, unless there is something like that, I don't know if this can even be objective, even to an omniscient entity. I don't know, but I think this is the only way we can have an objective answer. But there are differences. I mean, individuals, they differ you get what I'm saying? For some people it could be the case, but for others, no, Not everyone values the same thing, but I don't see how can this be objective. Maybe an omniscient entity could give you the perspectives, what you actually value, depending on the circumstances. Like if you were to think a certain way, if you were to have some certain interest, what you should value based on that. But I don't think there is an objective answer. I don't know. This is just what I think. Anyways. A lot of people, the reason why I brought up this is because a lot of people make the argument that he does entertainment content. All he does is bark, scream, and worship Ronaldo. He's going beyond just supporting Ronaldo. He's no longer a fan. He's doing everything. He would die for that guy. Yeah, so they conclude that he doesn't deserve that because he doesn't provide any value. But this is in itself a value, an entertainment value. So we're mostly talking about informational, right? So value, I mean, this is where the disagreement is. He does provide value in terms of entertainment. He's really good at his craft. No wonder why he's been wilding for all these years. I mean, he managed to maintain the growth. He managed to maintain the attention. This is a skill in itself, one could argue, right? In fact, attracting people, making people laugh, you know what I'm saying? Attracting their attention and maintaining their attention is itself a skill. So when people talk about famous personalities, they don't have no skill. Maybe no physical skill, but this guy certainly does have physical skill in terms of running, in terms of jumping. He's really athletic. So even that argument doesn't hold. When they compare them to real world celebrities. But yeah, This guy, like, currently is mostly about touring the world, is mostly about yeah, sometimes touring the world, sometimes rarely some desktop live streams, but he doesn't game as much as he did in the past. He doesn't cause the chaos that he used to. So one could argue that in terms of entertainment, he's longer as he was before, right? I mean, I can do the same. I do the same, in fact. Even better, even better. I'm more entertaining. I think I'm more entertaining than him. You know? This is subjective, but I think I do, because I can act in different ways. I resist being labeled, by one single term. Like, for example, he's a clown, he's a philosopher. I combine a lot of things. I make videos about philosophy. I make videos about psychology. I make videos where I sing. I make videos when I react to, you know what I'm saying? I make videos when I play video games. Even these simple mobile video games. I wish I could stream on PC, but I can't because I don't have the equipment. No camera, no mic. So yeah. I mean, I think I'm doing a better job when it comes to, if we're talking about variety, I think I'm doing a better job. It's mostly about limitations for me. I mean, I don't have no cameraman. There's a lot of things, a lot of limitations, so you can't really compare, but I think I'm doing better. And I have a better potential because I'm focusing on other things as well. But who said that variability is better than one-dimensionality? Like being multidimensional is better, because it's not objective either. I mean, a lot of people who blow up, they stick to one thing. And when you stick to one thing, it's like the algorithm is less likely to be confused about what your videos are about or your channel is about. So when you have something, a specific set niche, it doesn't confuse the algorithm. Therefore, it gets recommended to people who are interested in it, which can increase your views, which can increase engagement. So this is what I'm gonna say. Yeah. So this could be beneficial in a way. Yeah. The algorithm is neither fair, neither unfair. I mean, there are uncontrollable factors. There are controllable factors. For example, the consistency of uploading, the effort, like the editing, the timing, which the content of the video itself. These are controllable. Whereas, like the gender, for example. The algorithm, that algorithm pushes the video, partially controllable, yeah, but due to the effort, the editing, the content that you are doing, yeah, so it's partially controllable. But if you are new, especially, it's not really, it's hard, it's difficult. Yeah, sometimes the algorithm does push videos, it gives them a chance to new content creators, because if they only give chance to the older ones, they know new creators would emerge. Yeah, but a lot of people get left behind because of the competition, and it's tough, the competition is too strong. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't give it equal chance to everyone anyways, regardless of the effort. So I mean, yeah, this is from one side. From another side, as I said, there are uncontrollable, such as gender. Like if you are a female, for example, you have a higher likelihood to succeed on social media, especially if you are good looking. I mean, look at this OnlyFans girl. Look at this Sophie Rain, $100 million in 2 years because of these dirty ass Western simps. I mean, look at that, right? Hopefully I don't get demonetized for this, because I just tried to express something. But yeah, this is the point. Also about personality, I mean, you can adapt to a certain degree to other people, right? You can play a character. I mean, yeah, what they like and all that. But one thing that is uncontrollable is that whether they support you or not. Because even if they like you, even if they like your personality, you could choose not to. So you can't control the decision in itself. You can influence it. You can influence it through how you show yourself. Do you conform to them or not? I mean, yeah. Do you try to, for example, to make videos about what they like? Do you fulfill their like what they want to see? Like, you get what I'm saying? But the ultimate decision comes down to them. You get what I'm saying? So it's not fully controllable either. Whereas where you live, for example, maybe in the United States, you have a bigger chance, like a higher chance to succeed. Right? For example, posting videos, the language, maybe English gives you a higher chance. So yeah, I would argue that, I would say this is kind of controllable. I mean, yeah, maybe if you don't know the language, then maybe it's a problem. But I mean, yeah. For me, this is controllable since I'm fairly decent at English. So, now back to the topic, right? So, IShowSpeed. I started in 2019 live streaming. I mean, when he started, it's 2020. He started using his face cam, right? He started making this crazy reactions. He started getting attention. Now, when he really started taking off was in 2021. That's when he started taking off, and we got Aiden Ross' attention, and that's when we started collabing all the way to 2022. He was keeping the crazy act all alone, talking Ben, you know what I'm saying, smashing on the camera, you know what I'm saying, backflips on the room, screaming, destroying the setup, all of that. So he started collabing with Aiden Ross. He started getting more recognition. It was flying to him, you know. He got kicked out of the house, right? When he was 14, I think he went back with his mom, and he started going for Aiden Ross every now and then, right? And was getting interested by his mom, right? His dad was supportive as far as I know, whereas his mom not so much. I mean, yeah, we know about these things. I mean, it really went through a journey. So in 2023, that's when he started making tours, world tours, right? He started going to countries and all that, all the way to now, and he really changed it in the sense of maybe not causing chaos and all that. Personality, not that he matured or anything, but I don't really see any improvement. It's significant, yeah, he did a bit. It kind of seems like, but it could be just a personality change. I mean, he could be interested in more in traveling than showcasing and exaggerating his personality, because I really think that's who he is. I don't think he's playing a character. I really think that's who he is, because even in videos of his dad pranking him, like he doesn't even know where the camera is. He's acting the same way. It's most likely just exaggeration in front of the camera. That's what I think personally. But yeah, we could argue about these things, but he really doesn't change. He doesn't show that he's capable of more. He doesn't change he doesn't discuss anything external. He doesn't, and this is the problem. This is the problem that I'm trying to communicate. Entertainment in itself is not a problem, but when you stick to something like you showcase that you can only act a certain way or only stick to something, you showcase your limitations as a content creator. You showcase that you are not who you think you are. I mean, you get what I'm saying? You can just act a certain way. You can only, your content is limited to something like specific. Why doesn't he talk about something else? Why he doesn't try to get some knowledge? Why doesn't he try to get some knowledge and spread that knowledge or spread awareness? Tell, for example, the viewers not to. He never said. I never heard him say, like, for example, to tell his viewers to not replicate what he does. Be aware that this is just an activity. He's not transparent about these things. Like, we really don't know. This can affect the youth, especially the youth, like his audience, negatively, even if they don't know it unconsciously. It can affect them unconsciously. They must start imitating him. They must start screaming like him. And we already see a lot of examples on YouTube. People he comes across on Omegle, on Discord as well. It's just a reflection. It's like the audience is a reflection. A lot of times it's like a reflection of the content creator. No, this content creator, to be honest, he's not that knowledgeable. He's not that. He doesn't appear to be that smart. I mean, in terms of IQ, general intelligence, or at least to me, he doesn't. Well, probably in social intelligence, because the way he's trying to act and all that, he's probably intelligent in this area, right? So the acting, he knows how to act socially. He knows, or does he? Because he's just hiding behind bodyguards. I mean, playing the act, he's smart in terms of playing the act, knowing how to attract the audience attention and all that. But really, socially in interactions, he's just forcing his character. He's low inhibition character. He's doing things recklessly. I mean, he's screaming at other people, at strangers. He's trying to get into fights with them sometimes when they annoy them. He doesn't think about when they annoy him. He doesn't think about the possible consequences. This is the problem. Low inhibition, extroversion, right? So he's outgoing. He draws his energy from the crowd, just like me. I mean, I'm high inhibition though. I'm high inhibition extrovert. So it's not extrovert with anyone in ideal conditions, right? So when there is no danger, this is important, because how can you, if someone is threatening you with a knife, like how can you be an extrovert? How can you be open? So we gotta distinguish. When I say ideal conditions, I mean, yeah, with unfamiliar people, because this is a definition, right? So being outgoing with unfamiliar people, but if there is no perceived threat, right? This is different. If there is no perceived threat, because I'm vulnerable, to be honest. I'm not like really like a strong individual or skilled in martial arts. I really wish I could do these things. I mean, I do kickboxing a bit, but you know, we don't really have like these good of places. I mean, they don't really train that good, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's lack of opportunities here where I live, you get what I'm saying? Also the money, financial problems. I can't go to the gym, I can't go bodybuilding and train kickboxing at the same time. Like there are some constraints. You get what I'm saying? There's some constraints. Whereas this guy, I mean, he has no constraints whatsoever. I mean, not anywhere to the level that we do, most of us. I mean, he has like 60, how much money? Around like maybe $40 million or something like this. Maybe to $63 to $60 million, $30 to $60 million, something of the like. He's really rich. I mean, he can basically get almost anything he wants. So, I mean, yeah, it's not a real problem. So it's not really, there is no really an excuse to him. I mean, he's got company whenever he wants. He can get people whenever he wants. He's not really suffering from isolation. He got the bodyguards protecting him. I ain't got no bodyguard protecting me. That's why I gotta be careful. But he's always protected, you get what I'm saying? So he gets away with a lot of things that ordinary people wouldn't get away with. Like, yeah, I gotta understand this. Now, the problem that I'm trying to point out is that he doesn't really make an effort to spread awareness. He doesn't tell like he doesn't spread information. He doesn't tell his viewers not to replicate him. And this shows me that he's really limited. If I were to be in the same position, I would do much more. I would try to communicate much more. He pretends that he communicates with the audience. Yeah, I mean, he has a Discord. I mean, in the live, he asks them, right? But it's not the same as hosting, for example, what can I say? Like face cam shows, you know, trying to communicate with them. You get what I'm saying? Or going like face cam conversations with them, like on Instagram or there. He doesn't do these things. He doesn't be on Discord, in his Discord. He doesn't be on there. I've been there for a long time. I never saw him there. He doesn't really communicate that much. Like he claims to be. There is no... If I were to be in his place, I would communicate way more. But people don't know who they make famous, bro. They don't realize, bro. Like, I'm not saying about a lot of people. I mean, they not special in any special way. I mean, nobody is special in any special way because nobody got superpowers or anything that's outside of the ordinary human. You get what I'm saying? Everybody's special at something. You get what I'm saying? Of the human capabilities, but you get what I'm saying? Like, I think I have a higher potential, to be honest. I mean, given his conditions, I think I have a higher potential. I would create a fire. I still got my problems, psychological, developmental, you know what I'm saying? In terms of knowledge, in terms of self-control, because of all of these problems. But still, like, if I were to be in his position, I can only imagine myself. Like, all the energy I can do there, you know what I'm saying? I can do there. The energy, I can switch to serious mode, I can switch to unserious mode. I'm not limited, I can talk about this, I will try to talk about this, I will try to learn. My biggest difficulty is trying to learn, initiating, because of possibly ADHD, you know what I'm saying? Conditioning to procrastinate, but you know what I'm saying? I will try to overcome that. I mean, his conditions, I mean, socializing is easy. I mean, if you live in US, I mean, yeah, maybe not so many quality people, but you get what I'm saying? I mean, it's an option, so you can't really complain. Unless you don't want to socialize, and it's your fault. I mean, if you really... Maybe you got something that's preventing you psychologically, but you gotta get help. The help needed. We don't got nothing where I live here, bruh. I can't even get the help if I want, bruh. Anyway, so yeah, that's what's lacking. I think he's showing that he's not as great as you think he is, because he's not going outside of the box. He's not really. He's not trying to communicate. He's not really trying to. I mean, to the position. I mean, the influence he has, to the degree of importance he has. I don't think he. I really think there are people who better deserve it. To be honest. I really think I'm the one who deserves it the most. Not to be arrogant or not, but I think I'm too flexible. I'm just too flexible. I just think outside the box, just do unpredictable things. You can't really tell. I really find myself to be too unpredictable. I mean, I can speak about philosophy while I'm breaking expectations. That's what I mean. I can speak about philosophy while still screaming, while still making singing videos, while still maybe shouting from time to time. You can't really tell. This is why I'm resisting this single labels in like the most people that I see. And I think someone who's really like deserves, this is just my opinion, but I think someone who really deserves to be at the top of the top, I really think they gotta be this flexible. I really think they gotta show that they are not limited. This is what I think. This is what I think. This is what I really think. I mean, if you can do these things, then you can do them, right? But if you can't, I mean, there are external factors like you can really control. Like, I mean, you get what I'm saying? Then it's different. What I'm gonna say, but a lot of times these people, they can do these things. They can spread awareness. They can talk about something else. They can show that they are more than what people think they are, but they choose not to. This is the problem. This is the problem, in my opinion. Because if you ask me to do a backflip now, I wouldn't do it because I'm afraid. I'm afraid I would break my back. There are consequences, right? And I'm not used to doing it. I'm not familiar with it. So it's not I don't want to do it. I don't do it because I don't want to, but because I can't. And there are consequences. If I did, I mean, there are possible serious consequences, and I care more about my health, right? I care more about my physical health. I don't want to break my bones more than entertaining somebody. You know what I'm saying? So there are priorities at play here. This goes to, I mean, intelligence. I mean, because even these people, they care more about their health, right? But they could sometimes, these low inhibition people, they could sometimes push through something without caring. This is a problem, right? I mean, you could sometimes, I mean, if you got the protection, then you can showcase yourself, your internal self more. You can be more authentic. But with the wrong people, you might get into problems, right? In the wrong circumstances, you might get into problems. I mean, if the situation is so risky, it depends bravery, but there are serious consequences. I mean, it could be a problem. There are no serious consequences, like just talking to someone maybe, but the probability, I mean, there's always a risk in a lot of cases, right? But the probability could be low, right? So this is it. Like, I mean, if it's low, then you should do it. I mean, if you really want to do it. I don't see why, because otherwise you're just preventing yourself from doing anything. So it's more about like the high probability of consequences, serious consequence of risk, right? It should be reasonable to avoid something when you want to avoid it, right? This is what I think. But in this case, I mean, all you gotta do is just turn on the camera, try to show the world that you're more than what they think that y'all are, and this is it, right? Anyways, this is my thoughts about IShowSpeed. I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve any of that, like most people say, that he is just like there, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, to each, I mean, who am I? I mean, they worked hard at least, you get what I'm saying, to achieve where they are. I mean, I'm not taking from them the credit, right? But do they deserve the position that they do, the influence? I mean, because when you win, I mean, there are other people losing, right? So there are many other people who could achieve the same thing, right? So you're probably taking other people's places, or they could achieve these things simultaneously. I mean, even if you did, I mean, this is debatable, but yeah, I think he's taking a lot of the algorithm space. Maybe they could have pushed someone who is more than just that. But this is just my criterion of what I think, of how I think like the people who are at the top of the top should be. Anyways, that's it. If you agree with the video, if you don't agree with the video, I mean, that's your own opinion. That's your own choice, right? I mean, it's up to you. But this is a message I'm trying to spread. I don't care really if you agree or don't agree. If you want to help, like, share and subscribe if you're new. And I'm out. Peace.